Good. Hi, I'm Andrew Lehman. I'm a CED Lincoln. I'm going to be here today to talk about the rebate program that we have in the Lincoln market and how we've utilized it in the past and how we can continue to utilize it in the future to help sell to our customers and give them better priced electrical products. So in Lincoln we deal with two electrical companies, LES, which is Lincoln Electric System, and NPPD, which is Nebraska Public Power District. We mainly deal with LES because that's Lincoln, and NPPD is outside of Lincoln. So we'll start with LES. The great thing about using LES for rebate programs is that we can offer these upfront to the customer, and they can see the price savings right away. So there's a couple important things to remember when we deal with LES. So if you could scroll down just a little bit. There's first and foremost, there's a cap of $100,000 for pretty much any rebate program that you want to do. So that includes lights, VFDs, HVAC systems, you name it. Can have up to $100,000 in rebate, and that's it. We mainly deal with VFDs and lights here. So the first thing you want to do once you've kind of talked to the customer and kind of have an order, so you want to submit a pre-authorization form to LES, and this form basically tells them, like, this is what we have currently in this building and this is what we're going to be replacing it with. Can you give us money? And what you should be doing is doing this form before the customer installs any of the things that we've sold them. So that way, on the off chance that LES wants to come and inspect it, we don't have to do anything, and they can see, oh yeah, we're being honest about this. Once the pre-authorization is complete, you have about 90 days to request reimbursement for the project. So that's 90 days for your customer to install whatever we sent them and be good to go. Oh, and get the invoice too. Let's see. Something with LES is, in order to receive the rebate, it had either lighting or VFDs have to be in operation during the peak hours of 2 to 8 on Monday through Friday, which is June through September as well. So that's important to remember. Okay, so now I'm going to go into a little bit more of the specifics of the lighting program first, and then the VFD program with LES. I dealt with the lighting program a lot this past summer because that was what my job was for Wes, and it was a lot of fun, and I made mistakes, but I fixed them and I learned from them, and it's great. So with the lighting rules, new for 2017 is we can't do any screw-in bulbs or plug-in bulbs. It's just lamps and high bay fixtures, or just new fixtures entirely. So right here tells you what you can't do now. Everything must be LED now. I mean, in the past, that's what it was as well. You have to do at least 10 fixtures. Otherwise, you won't be able to get a rebate, and you'll get an angry email from LES. And something new for this year is that your lighting rebate cannot exceed 50% of the total project cost. And that means labor, every part of the invoice put together. It's not just lamp. We'll get into an example of that a little later. With the lighting, all your lamps or fixtures must be either Energy Star, DLC, CEE, LDL, or LED FAX in order to get approved. You're just going to get another angry email. That's right there. And like I said earlier, equipment must be purchased and installed before reimbursement is issued. I think that's pretty much it for lighting. Can you think of anything else that I'm missing on lighting new?
No. Do take the opportunity to quote lamp recycling.
Oh, yeah.
When you do these things.
If we can quote the recycling of the lamps and put that on the total cost as well, then you can get more rebate back for the customer, which is also nice. Everything that I'm mentioning is in this form, and everything that I will be mentioning for VFDs is in that form as well. We'll have those up on the shared folder, so if you forget and you can't find the point in this video where I talk about it, you can go up there and find it. It's pretty easy. So let's go to VFDs. So with VFDs, the same requirements pretty much as lighting, just the basic requirements, the $100,000 cap. There is no 50% project cost for this one, because it is a very set calculation on how you can get your rebate with the VFDs. It's, you take your horsepower of the motor being controlled, you multiply it by $50, that's what you get. Let's see. So I had to go a little bit more in detail with this because I didn't really know VFD programs that well. But with this, the VFD has to be in operation for at least 1,500 hours annually in order to qualify. You can't use this, or you can't get an incentive on replacing existing VFDs or single phase service, which I found interesting. There has to be a significant load diversity, otherwise you won't receive an incentive, and there really wouldn't be a reason to put a VFD on it. And again, this is stuff we can do beforehand and show the customer a decreased price rather than just paying the price of a VFD and then getting a rebate back later and having to deal with it. We take care of all the paperwork, submit everything to make their lives crazy easy. And now I can talk about NPPD, which is the other one, that other power or utility company that we deal with here. It's a little bit different because we aren't able to offer the incentives up front to the customer. We can fill out the paperwork for them, but then we have to give it to them and they have to do it themselves. So it's not as nice as LES, but it's just something that we can do to add value to what we're doing for our customers. With their VFD program, it's a lot of the same rules as the LES VFD program. Some notable differences. Instead of 1,500 hours, it's 2,000 hours. And the program is limited to 1 to 200 horsepower drives. And
If we have an opportunity for larger than 200 horsepower, let's ask.
yeah, yes. You can always ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. The worst they can say is no. And I'm not sure. Is it $40 per horsepower? Is that what?
That's what I thought.
Okay. We're not really sure on the VFD rebate with them because we haven't done one, but we believe it's $40 per horsepower. Their lighting program is a lot like LES, how it's based off per fixture instead of voltage change or wattage change. Oops. This is online. Again, this will be in the shared folder, easy to find. The only thing that I noticed that was really different with the lighting for NPPD was that this is only for existing buildings instead of new or existing, and they would have had to be receiving power from a utility for at least 12 months. Yeah, and that's really the only interesting thing that I saw different between LES and NPPD for lights too. So one thing that I did this summer was created this lighting calculator, which it was kind of based off something that Chris Myers did. But this was something that we could do here in-house and have results quick. So I'm going to go through an example to show you guys that it really is easy, and you just put the numbers in and you can tell your customer straight up, hey, this is what we're saving you, this is what you can get. So we're going to replace 200 fixtures. Each of these fixtures is going to have a wattage of, let's do 128, because that's 4 32 watt T8 lamps. Same number, 200 for new fixtures. Let's imagine that we're selling them these 4 sliding lamps, so it'll be 15 watts a lamp. Say this place is going to have their lights on for 2,500 hours a year, and they pay 10 cents a kilowatt hour. We're going to charge them $48 for this per fixture, so $12 a lamp. It's going to cost them $1,500 in labor to install these lamps, and they're going to $3,500. I don't know how much it costs to remove lamps. For 800
recycling?
lamps. Yeah, not that much.
Yeah.
$300
Yeah.
to remove those old lamps. And they do receive power from LES. Now, this next spot is important. It's asking the incentive per fixture from LES, and that can be found in the LES data tab down here. So these are 4-foot T8 fixtures, which line 10, so this line right here, and we look, we're just replacing the lamps. Oh look, lamp by lamp replaced, got an exit, that means we can do it. Come all the way over here, $32. That's what we're going to put in that little tab. So as soon as it puts that in and tabs down from that, it's going to show us that this is going to be their estimated price before the rebate. This is going to be their estimated rebate. This is going to be their final cost before or after the rebate. Now, something with LES this year is the rebate can only be 50% of the total project cost. So with the price of the lamps, the price of the labor, and the price to remove the old lamps, this is still more than 50% of the total project cost. So we're going to have to manually adjust that. You do that just by taking half of that, which is $5,700. So that's going to be their rebate. LES says that they will calculate it. I can tell you right now, this gives you the exact same thing. And then the rest of these are just selling points to the customer. So we can tell that this specific customer, hey, you're going to save about $3,400 in energy savings just by switching out these lights. This project is going to pay for itself in about 1.7 years. You're going to get almost a 200% 5-year return on investment with this. If you have a particularly interested customer in how much he's going to be saving, like energy-wise, you can tell him your yearly kilowatt-hour savings are about 34,000, and this is about taking 6 cars off the road. So if this is for like your really green customers, or if they're really interested in how they're going to help the environment. And then we have some nifty graphs in case they're visual learners, and you can see this one over here shows their cash flows from this project. See, it's negative in year 1. That's because you're paying for the project in year 1, but by the end of year 2, you're already in the good part. And then this is how much you're going to save. This bottom line right here is if you would have just continued with what you had. This top line is what you, with your new project. That's how much, or no, I'm sorry, the top line is the old project, how many kilowatts you're going to consume, and the bottom line is the new one. So visual learners will appreciate that. This is something you can print off. I can help you with, and Wes can help you with, anyone can help you with. It's pretty easy to learn. So that's the really quick rundown on LES and NPPD rebates. Like I said, anything I missed or anything that you need further clarification on will be in the shared folder under the LES and NPPD rebate tabs. It's really easy, and if you have any questions, you can talk to any of us, and we get a pretty good understanding of it.